Grey's Anatomy is Season 22, major twists and emotional fallout erupt in Episode 15, here's what to expect. Tensions rise and secrets spill in Grey's Anatomy, Season 22 Episode 15, as we get ready to learn what happens with Owen, Teddy, and more. If there's one thing that's for sure in the transient world of Grey's Anatomy, it's the fact that relationships aren't ever perennially stable. There's always the odd circumstantial handicap or the lurking tragedy to shake things up between two characters. The ongoing Season 22 of Grey's Anatomy has had its fair share of dramatic showdowns and shocking revelations, and yet more seems to be on the horizon. In a recently released preview of the upcoming Episode 15 of the ABC medical drama, Teddy Altman and Owen Hunt run into new complications that could have far-reaching consequences for their relationship. Kim Raver's Teddy had previously reconciled with Kevin McKitt's Owen shortly after signing divorce papers. The two had rekindled their romance, looking forward to a happily ever after. However, the teaser video signaled that the couple might be heading into a rough patch soon. Episode 15 will see Teddy and Owen volunteer to serve at a rural hospital short of surgeons. Teddy is quite shocked to find Owen in the vicinity, as depicted in the teaser. "What are you doing here?" Owen asks Teddy. Owen replies, "I'm helping a community that needs it." Teddy asks him again, "Were you offered a job here?" but Owen walks away without responding. It is well known that Teddy and Owen have had a somewhat rollercoaster relationship. Nevertheless, if Owen does finally decide to leave Grey Sloan Memorial Hospital for good, the rupture would have a significant impact on Teddy. Perhaps the duo's relationship might change irrevocably. The official synopsis of the upcoming episode titled, "Take Me to the River" reads, Bailey, Chandra Wilson, and Blue, Harry Shum Jr., are forced to confront the emotional costs of experimental care. Meanwhile, Owen, Teddy, Simone, and Danny, Jade Pettijohn, help out at a busy rural hospital, and Richard, James Pickens Jr., attempts to spread information about early prostate screenings to the community. The teaser further hinted that Nico Taro's Lucas Adams is still recovering from the loss of Katie in the previous episode, and blames his ex Simone Griffith, played by Alexis Floyd, for sending him away from Katie at the time of her death. Grey's Anatomy is available on ABC. Grey's Anatomy co-stars Caterina Scorsone and Fightmaster seemingly confirm romance. Grey's Anatomy co-stars Caterina Scorsone and Fightmaster dated on screen, but it looks like they have found love off-screen, too. On Monday, the two were seen holding hands while stepping out for lunch in Los Angeles. For the outing, Caterina wore a green white cap and high-rise jeans, while wore a white button-down shirt, cap, and brown pants. Earlier this month, the two were seen arriving at the EJF Oscars 2026 after-party together, but they opted to pose separately in a video posted by People magazine. 3 years ago, they played love interests on Season 19 of Grey's Anatomy. In 2022, Extra spoke with Caterina about their characters' relationship. She shared, "Any love story can always end in flames or pick up from the ashes. You don't know, but I will say that Fightmaster, who plays Kai, is back this year, and so we will be resuming that story at some point in the season." Without saying too much about the romance, Caterina teased, "I don't know where they're going, but at the beginning of the season, we kind of left off in a really kind of sweet, hot space with them. There was kind of some question about whether they wanted the same things in life, and they kind of thought maybe. There was this very dramatic breakup, and then, in the last episode of The Last Minute, they showed up to kiss them," Scorsone added. "And so, we're kind of picking up. I think it's 6 months later. And so, we're picking up and seeing where they're at, and I'm sure they'll continue to find their way through." The tragedy of Katie Rogers, a major emotional arc involving Lucas, Simone, and a terminally ill patient. It culminates in Episode 14, where Lucas misses Katie's final moments, leading to a massive rift between him and Simone. Medical chaos. A literal wrecking ball accident brings a cheating couple into Grey Sloan. Relationship milestones. Winston and Jules, after weeks of tension and professional sabotage, by Mohunty, they finally admit the risk is worth it, and kiss. Amelia and Dr. Wright, their romance heats up with awards for Amelia's surgical skills. Teddy and Owen, of a post-divorce hookup that mirrors the messy history of Christina and Owen. Real-life romance, actors Caterina Scorsone and Fightmaster have been spotted holding hands in LA, suggesting a real-life relationship. Grey's fans, grab your tissues and prep the things are getting messy at Gray Sloan Memorial. From a literal wrecking ball smashing through a bedroom to a heartbreak that might end Lucas and Simone for good, Season 22 is not holding back. Plus, we have some massive real-life dating news that has the Kaimelia fandom losing their minds. I'm host Name, and you're watching Grey's Anatomy Official. Let's dive in. Episode 14, titled Wrecking Ball, is set to air Thursday, March 19th, and the title isn't just a metaphor. We're seeing a couple rushed in after a construction crane literally drops a wrecking ball through their house. But the real drama? It turns out they were having an affair, and the wife finds out because they're all over the news. But while the patients are dealing with flying debris, our doctors are dealing with emotional explosions. We finally reached the end of the Katie Rogers storyline, and it is brutal. After Lucas and Simone moved Katie into the house to give her a peaceful end, things took a tragic turn. Lucas ran to the hospital to get supplies, and while he was gone, Katie passed away. He's blaming Simone for him not being there, and actor Nico Taro says the guilt is going to weigh on Lucas deeply. Do you think Lucas is being fair to Simone, or is his grief just talking? Let us know in the comments. After Jules took the fall for Mohundi's surgical mistake in episode 13, Winston finally stepped up. He told Jules that even if it risks his career as chief of cardio, she is worth the risk. We've been waiting for this slow burn to ignite, and it finally happened. And speaking of heat, Amelia Shepherd and Dr. Tony Wright are moving fast. Not only did Wright give Amelia a literal award for a best surgeon, but she also gave her one for a best ass. Honestly? Iconic behavior. It's so refreshing to see Amelia having fun, but with the news that Wright has a son too, this could be getting serious. Now, for the news that's breaking the internet. Our very own Caterina Scorsone and Fightmaster, who played Amelia and Kai, were spotted holding hands and looking very loved up in Los Angeles this week. While Kai and Amelia's on-screen romance ended a few seasons ago, it looks like their real-life chemistry is just beginning. They were seen grabbing lunch at the Highly Likely Cafe, and fans are absolutely obsessed with this crossover into reality. 3 years after their steamy on-screen fling, it looks like Kaimelia is real-life canon. Mark your calendars. Episode 14 drops March 19th at 10 p.m. Eastern on ABC and streams the next day on Hulu. And for our UK fans, you can catch episode 15 on Disney Plus starting March 27th. We've only got a few episodes left in this 18-episode season, and with Richard Webber focusing on prostate cancer awareness and Bailey fighting the healthcare system, the stakes have never been higher. What was your favorite moment from this week? Are you Team Lucas or Team Simone? Smash that like button, subscribe to Grey's Anatomy Official for your weekly rounds, and we'll see you in the scrub room.
Bye.
For now.